What's going on, guys? T2RX6 here, back for another build, the Ecto-1, and this is issue 3, but that is issue 3 of the magazine. It's actually issues 3, or what they're calling stages 3 through 6. So we will be putting out one of these a week, and hopefully by the time we get through 6, then 7 through whatever will be here. So, yeah, that's the plan. So, as some viewers had aptly pointed out on issue 2, I got this extra piece here I wasn't sure of, and yes, it is the lower lens covers for kind of the fog lights or whatever of the car. I didn't realize it looking at the picture because you didn't really see the swirl, so that's kind of what threw me off. There's like a swirl pattern to it, but yeah, 100% right. So let's crack this open and let's get building. I do have the pieces of the bumper here in case we need them. So I got all the parts laid out in front of me, and one thing that didn't occur to me till now, when you see something that has BM and AP, or in this case DP, the P represents that it is going into plastic, and the M means it's going into metal. So that's interesting to know. If you're ever building this and you don't really know which one to use for some reason, M for metal, P for plastic. So we're going to start right away with our metal screws here. We need 2 of them, and we're just going to go right on ahead and attach that license plate right into the front bumper here. Very easy, fits right in there, and then our screw time. So there we go, bumper is finished. Next up, we're going to need the AP screws, so we're just going to dump them out over here. And from here, we're going to be working on putting together the left and the right fog lights. So it looks like we take the L, let's see, this one here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is stamped with, there you go, stamped with an R, so that's not the right one. So we need this one. And then I don't know if it's gonna matter. The figure shows the bottom of the L to the left side, so that's what we're gonna do, just to make sure we're doing it the right way. And I don't really know if that matters, but who wants to risk that, right? So now that we have that in place, we look for L1 and L2, which is this one over here. L1 is on the left side, so this is going to go in like so. And this is definitely going to be me versus the screws again. So we get that, and we get one of our AP screws on in. Go ahead and try to get it on the screwdriver, and we might have to switch to a slightly magnetized screwdriver in this case. Let's see if we can get it in there. Nope, we're gonna need to magnetize, so I'll be right back. Alright, so we're back with another screwdriver, and I feel like there's gonna be 2 themes on these videos. The first one is how many tries does it take to get a screw in when you have large hands, and the second one is how many screwdrivers does this guy own. Pretty much until I find one that I like for building this. I'm just going to kind of go through the whole list. This one is probably good because it's magnetized and has the different sizes and stuff, but we'll see. Now, one thing that's interesting here is that I'm noticing on the front, this should be lighted, and I'm just wondering how that's gonna work later on, because I definitely am getting the light kit for this. So I'm interested to see, like, am I gonna have to take this apart to get the lights installed later? I'm not really sure what I'm gonna have to do. But for now, we'll keep building and we'll see what happens. I might reach out to my friend Brian, who's building the the DeLorean and see if he's dealt with any of the electronic stuff, because that is definitely lit up here, and mine is so far not getting any wires in it. I mean, we're only on issue 3, of course, but I don't see a hole on here that's to accommodate a light, and that's what kind of concerns me. So anyway, we did manage to get that screw in. Let's get to tightening it down. Let's ask Brian right on the camera here, and let's see. Hey Brian, do you install the lights on an Eaglemoss model later? Because this Ecto has parts that have no spots for lights. So we'll send that to him. Let's see if he gets back to us before we're done the video, and we'll have an answer. Or maybe he won't know. Always a possibility. So we got that in. Let's go ahead and get number 2 in. Just gonna open this back up one more time because I want to make sure, you know, I don't know if it's important, but I want to make sure that, you know, mine looks exactly the same way with where the stamps are lined up and such. And there you go. As you can see, that, you know, definitely threw me for a loop for a while, but here it is and installed, and without any actual lights. Alright, so we rinse and repeat on the other side. We want the R facing upside down this time according to it. So we want it that way. We'll get that in. And Brian has seen my video, or my message, so hopefully we'll have a response soon. R1 goes in the bottom corner, and we start fastening things in. And I feel like half the time this is an exercise of what's the most creative way you can get your screw to stay on your screwdriver while also managing to get it into the holes so you can tighten things down. All things considered, that didn't go so bad. Let's do number 2. Alright, so that went a lot easier than the left side. And to come back to that message, Brian says there should be holes in the back for LEDs if they are to be lit. Shout out to Brian there. If you're not following him on Instagram, I highly recommend you do it. He is going through the Ecto-1 build, or the DeLorean build, and it's fascinating. He takes great pictures of this stuff, and Eaglemoss can thank him for my being interested in the Ecto-1. So, shout out to Brian. Anyway, from here we're going to take the left and right sides, and we're just going to put these together like this, and we use our DP screw here. In fact, let's get a DP screw in. We'll put that through here, and we'll put that in here, and let's get it together. And when I'm working with these chrome bits, I do feel like I should be wearing gloves or something, because I am definitely leaving fingerprints, but we'll hope we can get a good enough microfiber rag to get that off later. So this one's nice and firm for the most part. I don't want to over tighten anything, of course, but this side here is really wobbly. But it does feel like that's as tight as that's going to go. So we do have a little wobble, but hopefully once we end up putting it together with the next piece, that wobble will go away. And the next piece brings us into bringing this grill in together and kind of fitting this squarely in place. So once again we use our DPs and start putting this all together. And if you hear weird noises behind me, the dishwasher is draining currently. It's not leaking in my house. And there we go. With that, that concludes issue 3. That is an entire front grille of the Ecto-1, putting a lot of chromey goodness on my backer here. But very nice, very good. Still a little disappointed these don't light up. But it is what it is at this point. That is loose on that side. We're gonna have to fix that, but we'll do that off camera because no sense putting you guys through that. So this is T2RX6. I hope you guys enjoyed the build with me, and I'll see you next week for part 4.